Hi friends, in this video we will work on skip func mode. Func mode is equal to skip. For that we will run the workflow, go to sysadmin and go to developer studio like this. Now here place your item type. Just open your item type first, then you can see your item internal name or workflow internal name. This is the workflow which we have developed in the last classes, last video sessions, and go to item type. Here this is your item type. Now run the workflow like this. Here place your item type 35, item key 35, and here I am taking item key as 35. Submit it. Okay. Okay. Now go to the table which we have which we are calling from the notification, that is XX func modes. If you have any doubt, just go to 30-second video. I am not sure where we have started the func modes. In that video you can refer why we have created this particular table and what is the procedure we are calling from the notification. Here when you go to the process, you can see this is a procedure we are calling from this particular notification. So what is your item key, where item key is equals to 35. I'm not sure. Yeah, 35. Now when you go to status monitor, here you need to place your item internal name, item key as 35. Then you will see whether it is active or not. It is active, right? So go to activity history. When you go to activity history, you can see here skip as well as retry. Now we are discussing about the skip. So skip, how can you get, how what is mean by skip means, here what is mean by skip means, just go to here. From the start, it will go to message first. Here when the performer performs yes or no in the notification, until that time it will not go to end, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to perform start, and I don't want to have a performer any action. I don't want to allow him to the means I want to skip his uh, action. Then what I need to do is, now the workflow is stuck here, right? It is there here. What I will do is, when I retry, when I skip it, it will go like this. It will go to 9 no, or it will go to, means it will work like this. It will work like this, directly end. It will bypasses your notification. That is nothing but skip. You are skipping this particular task activity. Means you are not performing anything here. Directly it is going to end. That is the importance of the skip. Now when you try to skip, which one you want to, which activity you want to, this activity, right? I am skipping that. Okay, skip. He's asking after skip, you want to go into the no, or you want to go into the yes, because you are having two transition, right? You are skipping this activity, that is fine, but to in which direction you want to go, what is the result type, you want to go no or you want to go yes, you have to mention that. Here I am mentioning as no. Submit. Now let us see. Let us see in the table. See, you are having what, cancel first, then you are going to skip. What it will do, first this workflow will be cancelled again, then it is going to be skipped. That is the importance of the skip button. In this way we can skip any activity. It is not applicable for your functions only. It is happen, it is work, it will work for only your message notification activities. And when we will be using skip means, if you don't want to allow anyone to skip a particular notification, means the approval is mandatory for that notification, then I'll go for func mode is equal to skip, then I'll write the logic. Shall we implement that? Okay, go to notification. So what I mean to say is, what I want here is, no one should bypass this particular notification. That is a requirement, because I need to have approval whether it is yes or no from the notification. The performer has to perform. No one is allowed to skip this particular notification activity. So in that case, just I'm opening the procedure which is attached to the procedure. So open it. Now I'm going to write one more logic here. It is already there. So if for visibility, I'm writing in a new file. Go to SQL. So now what I'm doing is, if func mode is equals to skip, if func mode is equal to skip, then now I don't want to allow them anyone, right? So I will be raising the raise application error here minus 20,002, comma, you cannot skip this notification. Approval is mandatory. So, and close it. So you should not have here single quote. Here I will compile it again. So this logic we have added now. Skip logic we have added. Procedure is created. Now we are not changing anything here. In the procedure itself, we are changing the logic. Now when I try to run the workflow, when I try to skip it, then see what would happen. Here run. Your item key is 35 already used, right? 36 I'm using here. Here also I'm using 36. Submit. Click on OK. Now go to status monitor and check your internal name, and item key is 36. Now go to activity history. Now see where it is. It is at notification only. So I am trying to skip it. I'm giving submit. See here, it is completed. Now see here, what is error you are getting? You can't skip this notification. You can't skip this notification. So your workflow is going to will go into the error. Will go into the error. 36. That means your action is not going to be allowed. It will not go to next transition state, next level. So when you open the table, let us see 36. See here, still you have not get any, you didn't get any skip, right? That action has not completed. That is the reason why if you have directly cancel, directly not equal to cancel, equal to cancel also, then itself when you try to kick itself, it will automatically finds this particular error. whatever the error we have written. You can't, whatever you have written, right? You can get that. Now, in this case, how can I reprocess it? How can I reprocess it? So go to action history. Now we will discuss about retry action. Here you skip, right? You try to skip it, but you are getting error. But I want to reprocess it. I want to send the notification to the approver again. So select that particular activity and retry now. Click on submit. Click on OK. Now see, it is active. It is live now. It is with whom? Let us go to action history. And it is now. It is open with the stock pad. Now go to operations, because the notification is kicked to whom? The person who is sending this notification. It will go to whom? Stock pad. Okay. Now this is a test message. This is, you just click on S. See, we have retried the activity. We have what we have done, skipped, and it is not allowing us. And the system, we are having what is the status, cancel now at that time. And after that we retried it. We retried it. Just think about it. We have here 480. Now then we have retried it, and the workflow is gone to the performer, who is the performer operations, and he performed some action, that is yes or no. Now see, what are the func modes we have. See here. First it went to cancel, then it went to cancel again, because it is already there in the error state. So what we did, we have done retry activity. So for that, what it will do, system will cancel the it will cancel the current activity, and again it will re-kick it. So it will the notification freshly will go to the performer. There the performer performed some result type task. What is it? Is yes or no. Then first validate, respond, run. We have already discussed about it. Whenever there is a result type to a notification, first it will go to validate, then respond, then run. We will discuss about these three. I mean, we'll have an example in our actual workflow. Now we have seen, see here, directly we don't have a retry func mode. We have a skip func mode, but we don't have a retry func. Retry means it will cancel the current operation and it will rerun the current activity. That is the purpose of your retry. And the skip is, it will skips, first it will cancel the current one, and it will skips that particular notification, particular activity, and it will go to the next level. And in order to restrict that particular action, we have implemented func mode is equal to skip, and we have raised this error. In this way, we can work on retry and skip. In the next video session, what is the leftover func mode is timeout. This is a very, very important. We will discuss very clearly in the next video. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video we will discuss about timeout. Func mode is equal to timeout. So this is the last func mode in the func mode topic. What do you mean by timeout? Let us say you have sent the notification to the particular person, doing anything. He is not responding on that particular notification. What you will do generally in a day, you sent a mail, for example, to flow administrator web application, administrator workflow, and developer studio. What is to your manager? He didn't reply in a day. After one day, you just send the notification again. That is, send the mail again, or call him personally and say, please take any action on my mail. This is a way, right? Here also, if the notification is not the performer is not taking any action on this particular notification, then we can send the reminder to him after certain time. Depends on your business logic. You have sent PO for approval. He is not approving for 10 days. Then what we do is, every day if you want to send the reminder notification, yes, we can send the notification. That is a very very important concept. We will discuss now basic level, and this particular topic implementation we will see in your actual workflow, XXAP custom release hold workflow. Now we will see how to get that, how to check that, means whether the performer is not took any action on that particular notification for certain time. So based on the column called timeout, here you can see here no timeout. You can have here relative time, means if you take here 10 hours for example, here 1 day, say what it will do, it will checks, boss, it will checks whether the if it is not the performer not took any action in this on this particular notification, then for 1 day, then it will go into the timeout func mode. So based on the timeout func mode, we will add our logic. There we can have one more notification, sending them reminder notification. So first we will see how this notification will go into the timeout state. Then after that, how we can send the reminder notification to the person. We will see now. So for that, go to node. Here relative time, we will not wait until 1 day. So what I will do is, I will go for 1 minute. 1 minute is the best way of explaining this particular topic. So click on apply. So what we are doing, we are changing the changing the time to relative time to 1 minute. Means if the performer not took any action for 1 minute, then it will go into the timeout. It will go into the notification will go into the timeout. But here, when you have a timeout, then there must be a transition for that particular action also. Just go to standard, go to functions. Here you can add one more end. When you add here, you can see here one more transition, that is called timeout. It is something like a lookup type only, standard one. We will not create anything here. Automatically notification will go into the timeout transition when the performer not took any action till 1 minute. So for our case, we are taking 1 minute. It might be in real time, it might be hours, it might be days. Depends on your work, depends on the business logic. So here, how can we have, so to get that the transition, we have to have one more and with the timeout. So what would happen after 1 minute? Automatically it will go into this state, not yes or no, and change the node attribute as end. And here one more thing, here the direction is gone to the timeout. Now you can surely say that your notification is timed out, is expired. You can say it is expired if you have this logic. But I don't want to have this logic. I want to send the reminder notification to the same person. So again, what we'll do, we will add a notification here. We'll add one more notification here. We'll have one more notification here, and we'll send him. We'll send yes, again yes, again no. So this is a bullshit. It is not correct way. We have to use loop counter for implementing this one. But in our case, we are explaining the timeout. That's why I'm showing you whether this particular notification is going into the timeout or not. In the loop counter, we will see with the in conjunction with the timeout, how we can send the reminder notification to the person, to the performer. again and again. So in this case, we can't perform that. So we will see whether the notification will go into the timeout notification or timeout or not. And the next case, we will see whether the notification we can have a attribute relative time or not. We can set a timeout dynamically or not. We'll see in the next case. Now I'm validating it. What it is saying. Okay. I did one mistake here. Not mistake. I have created one function here for my test case. It is not an issue. So what we have done, if the performer not performs till 1 minute, anything, then it will go to the timeout state. The func mode will be a timeout. Apps, this. Now it is saved into your database. Now go to sysadmin or anything, any web application, workflow web application, workflow administrator web application. Go to developer studio. I'm already in the sysadmin, system administrator responsibility, and I have logged into the sysadmin only. I have logged in as a sysadmin. Now go to what is your item type. This is the internal name. This is the actual name, display name. So I'm using display name here. Anything you can use. So run it. Now when you run it, what is the item key we are using? The standard we are using is item key with 38 already there, 39. So now the workflow is kicked perfectly. Now go to status monitor. Now your item type is this one and item key is 39 and click on go. So now this particular workflow is active and it is with who? Mr. Pat. It is kicked now, just now, right? Now we will wait for 1 minute and see whether this particular notification will go into the timeout func mode or not. If the performer is not going to take any action for 1 minute, it will go to end with what status timeout. And first see what is your is there any func mode for this notification? No, nothing is there. And we'll wait for 1 minute. It is 39:33. So here, if you want to move any timeout activities to the next level, again for what we have done for deferred notifications, similar to that, we need to run the workflow background process for that particular notification. Not particular notification, for all notification. There will be a scheduled program which will pick all the timed out notifications. So we will see in the next video how to schedule a workflow background process for the timed out notifications. Now we will see for this only for this particular item type. For that, what we need to do is, so it is 33, right? We'll wait for one more second, or one more 30 seconds, I think. Go to workflow sysadmin, go to view, request, submit the request. You need to have a workflow background process here. Why? Because see we already reached 1 minute, right? Now when you click here, when you try to see the status again, see here, still it is active only 39. Still it is active, even though after 1 minute also it is not gone to the timed out. It is not completed, means it is not took this path. Why? Because the only reason is unless the workflow background process for timed out activities run, it will not complete. It will never complete. So for that, what we need to do is we need to run a workflow background process. Process default, no. Only timed out notifications, timed out activities I want to pick up. Now what would happen when this particular workflow runs? It is running for all the notifications. It is running for all the notification, not for single item type. So what it will do is it will pick your item type and see whether it is having the timed out or not. Whether the action has been taken for 1 minute or not. If the action taken, nothing will happen. Here 1 minute already completed, crossed it. That's why it will move to in this direction and it will go to end. Let us see once it is completed. So it is still active. It is still active. If it is completed in the sense that it is timed out, let us see whether it is true or not. It is 39 only, right? You will see here. Here you will see timed out, timeout, function mode. Unfortunately, I have run for all the notifications, so I want to cancel it because it is going to take a lot of time. I want to run it for only for my item type. So go to single request and place here. And what is your item type? X6. Yes, X6. Here it won't consider the actual internal name. It will consider your workflow name. Here it is not a default. It is a file. Now see here. See here. It will complete now. Yes, it is completed. Now see here. When you see here, you have timed out, right? It is done. Timeout, then run. Now we will see the transition. It is completed. What does it mean? It is the notification is timed out and it is gone to the end. I mean, it is completed. That's why the status have been completed. And of course, if you see the status diagram or action history, you can see where the path. See here. It is gone into the timeout transition, not into the S or not into the no. That is the importance. Now you can have your own logic here for timed out notification. If the person is not took any action for a certain time, then what is the logic you want to implement? That you can implement here. Here the function mode will be getting what is the function mode will be getting timeout. This is the end of the video, and in the next video we will see how to add relative time timeout dynamically by using attribute. Here we are having attribute, right? Go to notification. Here you can have one more one. It is a type is attribute. So with the attribute, how can we set the relative time timeout time? We will see in the next video. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. What is your item type? X6, X6, F notif. Hi friends, in the last video we have seen how to work with the timeout. And now we will see how to work with the timeout with item attribute. Let us open the workflow which we have developed. So this is the process which we have developed. And when it is timeout, it will go in this transition. Now if you go to Node tab, and here you can see relative time. It is nothing but constant time. It is a fixed. It is a hard-coded value. But in real time, it may not be the case. So in that case, what we do is go to item attribute. Here we need to create an item attribute. Once you use the item attribute, it is nothing but global variable across your item type. First, we will create an item type first. Item attribute. Then we will go for item attribute at notification level for setting the timeout. I'm using here timeout for notif, timeout for notif, timeout for notif, and here it must be a number. You can't use other than number. You can't use other than number. The type must be number, and click on OK. Now go to notification, go to notification, go to node, go to timeout tab, and here select here item attribute and select timeout notif. This timeout attribute must be number data type. Other data types should not be given. And what must be the value? If you see here relative time, here you having days, hours, and minutes, right? Here we have given the minutes. But when you select item attribute, this item attribute must be a number with minutes, number of minutes. You have to convert number of days into the minutes. Otherwise, it won't work. Click on apply. What is the thumb rule? You have to select item attribute with create an item attribute with number data type, and that the value which we are assigning for timeout into that particular attribute must be in minutes, not in hours or not in days. If you have hours, you have to convert it into your minutes. If it is a days, number of days, 2 means 2 into 24 hours into 60 minutes. It has to be converted like that. Otherwise, your workflow will not be work out. Now we will validate our workflow. It is successful. Go to save as into the database. Apps, quiz. Now it is saved into the database successfully. Now I would like to run the workflow from the front end. Go to workflow at administrator web application, administrator workflow, and developer studio. What is your item type? XX, F notif. Go run the workflow. See, it is asking for number of days, number of minutes for timeout. So if it is the case, we will not run the workflow from the front end anytime. We will always run the workflow from the back end itself. So for that, we will write a script. We have already wrote the script, if you remember. First, what we have created, create process, set item owner, then set item attribute number. If you have a text type, you have to use set item attr text. If it is a date, you have to, all assignments of your attributes will be done after setting the owner or create process. And finally, we will start the process. This is the process we have followed, and I have shown you how to write this particular API, how to use these APIs in the earlier videos. Now, what is your item type? I would like to kick the workflow from the back end, not from the front end. So because timeout, we can change anytime, right? For that reason, I'm changing everything. And here, these two are not required for our case. And all these are not required. Only user key and item type are required. Here, I'm using 40. Yesterday, I remember it is 39. I mean, in the last video. What is your item type here? Process is, what is your process name? Go to process and properties. Here you can see process internal name. So here the process name we have to use. Then what is who is the owner for this one? sysdba. I would like to sysadmin. Okay. Who is a user? He is a user. Sysadmin. So I'm setting sysadmin here as a owner. And what is item type? What is the item attribute we have here? It is timeout or notif. This is the item type, item attribute. So how many minutes you want to set? Here, if I mention 1, it is going to be timeout for 1 minute. If the approver not approves till 1 minute, it will go into the timeout. It will treat as a timeout notification. So then when the workflow background process runs, it will go in this transition. Then, and if you want to set this for 2 days, what we need to do? 2 into 24 into 60. We have to convert like this. We have to convert the number of days into the minutes. Otherwise, it won't work. If you simply mention 2, it will take as 2 minutes, not 2 days or 2 hours. It will take as a 2 minutes. It is a thumb rule. Don't forget. Here, the value must be in minutes. It must be in minutes, not in hours or days. So here we not to change. Here what we are doing, we have created a process with item type and item key and user key, and owner we have assigned, and we have assigned the item attribute called timeout for notif as 2 minutes, and we are starting the process for item type and item key. Okay, so with this, from the back end we can kick the workflow, right? So I'm kicking the workflow. Now start the workflow. What is your item type, item key XX notif 40. So procedure successfully completed. Now go to front end. Now I would like to see the status of my notification. Go to status monitor. We have not run the workflow from the front end. We have run the workflow from the back end. So item key is 40. Just open the activity history. It is notified to the performer. It is notified to the performer. Till for 2 minutes, if he don't approves this particular notification, then when the workflow background process runs, then it automatically goes into complete status, and the transition will take into the timeout this way, timeout direction. And let us wait for 2 minutes. So in this way, we can assign your item attribute for timeout cases. And remember, always, if you are, the timeout has one drawback is if this particular procedure is in app schema, then only it will work. Otherwise, timeout will not work. If this particular one, if it is in the app schema, then only it will work. Otherwise, for custom applications, it will not work. Other than apps schema, it will not work. Remember, that is the only drawback it has. The timeout notification will fail even though workflow background process runs if the schema is other than apps. So for those cases, we need to close the notification forcefully. Now it is already 2 minutes completed. Let us try to open your application. Go to sysadmin. Until your workflow background process runs, the notification will not go into the timeout transition. Before running the workflow, if the approver approves, it will go into the transition as per his result. If he clicks on S, it will go into the S transition. If he clicks on no, it will go into the no transition. Now try to submit a workflow background process. Now here we have to run the program for process timeout as yes, and default is no. And here, what is your item type? Your item type is here. This display name only it will consider. Internal name will not work here. Here display name only works. Click on OK. Click on submit. Now you may think that every time, how many times I need to run this particular workflow background process? Manually, it is not possible. Then in that case, how do I resolve this issue? So running the workflow background process for each and every item type, it doesn't sense right. It is sense right, sense correct. So for that reason, what we do is we schedule in real time. We schedule means the DBA or the person who is responsible for administration of your workflows, they will schedule your workflow background process for timed out notifications. Now first we will see your notification. What is the status? Go to status monitor. Again, there is your item type XXFL. Okay. Can't go. Now it is in. What is your item key? 40. It is completed. Go to status diagram. You will see whether it is completed or not. Yes. And what is the transition it took? Timed out. But how many times I would like to run this particular workflow? For every notification, if I want to run, it is going to be difficult for me. So what I will do is in real time, what we will do is we will run workflow background process for timed out workflows, notifications, not activities, for every 5 minutes. For every 5 minutes. So I'm end dating here itself. 24 December 2017. Okay. Every 5 minutes I'll schedule like this. Here try to place 15. Okay. 25, right? 26. Click on OK. Now for every 5 minutes, your workflow background process automatically runs, and it will checks if there is any timed out notifications in your system within your application. They will be completed. They will move to next state. Here we are having only one state. Here from here, after this notification, we are going directly end. But in the real cases, we will not have a direct end. We will be having other logic to repeat reminding or to send reminder notification or to send this notification to the supervisor of this particular notifier. In many ways, many cases are there. As per your logic, you can maintain. And see what is your status. Select star from XX func modes, where item key is equal to item key is like 40. And see here, it is first it is went to the timeout and then run. So in this way, we will work on the timeout func modes. With this, all func modes are completed. In the next video, we will see the standard functions provided by the Oracle in the workflow builder. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.